In 2002, two volunteers travelled to Ethiopia to work in a little school called Atsi in the heart of Addis Ababa. They were welcomed and mentored by their hosts, the Daughters of Charity. So successful was that first venture that others followed, and so began the Vincentian Lay Missionaries, or VLM. From the beginning, VLM knew it could not change the world and so adopted the simple motto, do one thing, do something. VLM is the newest addition to the Vincentian family. This Vincentian family has a history going back over centuries, with charismatic leaders such as St. Vincent de Paul, St. Louise de Marillac, and a man who has over 1 million followers today, Blessed Frederick Ozanam, the founder of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul. These charismatic leaders continue the call and challenge to VLM to build a civilization of love. Since 2002, VLM has sent almost 200 volunteers to Ethiopia, Guatemala, and Nigeria, and have been involved in over 22 projects. Community and partnership are at the core of VLM. Without our hosts, the Daughters of Charity and the Vincentian priests in Ethiopia, VLM would not have been possible. They continually open their doors to the volunteers and make them most welcome. It is truly a home-from-home experience. People are continually amazed at the quality of the Vincentian Lay Missionary volunteers. With a minimum of advertising, the volunteers just seem to seek out the organization. It is a living out of the theme of the film, The Field of Dreams. Build it, and he will come. Build it indeed, and they will come. Working in Ethiopia as a volunteer is a life-changing experience. On returning from 3 months volunteering work in Ethiopia in 2003, one of the early volunteers said,
"It is life-changing, and it just gives you that aspects of just the social analysis, but also of just doing something really, really worthwhile."
Many of the volunteers re-echo that same sentiment. Here they touch the essence of VLM and its mission statement. It's not about what you bring to the mission, but rather about what you take home. On their return home, the volunteers continue to support the projects in which they were involved. Others return to Ethiopia with ideas for new initiatives and projects. From time to time, adult friends and supporters of VLM travel to Ethiopia at their own expense on an immersion program to review the projects they support financially. Among those have been Cargi Ethiopia, Friends of St. Vincent's Castleknock, and countless individuals. In 2008, the school's immersion program began. Since then, the teachers of St. Paul's College Raheny and St. Vincent's College Castleknock have worked on various projects in Ethiopia, with the Street Children's Program in Mekele, and latterly with the Deaf Project and those suffering from Hansen's disease, once known as leprosy. 2 years ago, VLM developed a partnership with the Ballyfermot Action Travellers Group. As a result of this, 5 young traveller women journeyed to Ethiopia to visit the Daughter of Charity leprosy project in Jima. Here they shared stories with women whose lives paralleled their own. Their book on the visit, A Heart Flooded with Love, has just been launched by Minister Rory Quinn. In 2010, 5 members of the deaf community and 2 interpreting friends visited the deaf community in Ambo. While there, they facilitated a series of workshops to plan for the building of a deaf school. Since then, the plans are becoming a reality. This was truly a mission of like to like. Within the next 3 years, VLM hopes to see the athletes from this Ambo school compete on the stage of the World Deaf Games. It is the hope of VLM that this will be the realization of at least one field of dreams. Up to now, VLM has been funded by the Vincentian congregation in Ireland, but is now moving towards self-sustainability. All of the volunteers finance themselves for travel, insurance and accommodation. However, it appreciates the contributions made by others for its support. Among these are 3 charity shops founded by volunteers, families and friends. These are Chic and Cheerful in Carlow, the Bargain Shop in Kilbeggan, and the Children's Charity Shop in Clonakilty. These shops contribute to a host of charities, including the Vincentian Lay Missionaries. In the last 2 years, VLM have received grants from Irish Aid to the value of €250,000 for a deaf school and centre, for a Montessori teacher training college of education, for women's development projects in Mechele, and for the development and building of a new primary school. Above all, we thank all of you who support the annual Gala Ball and the Field of Dreams Sports Day in St. Vincent's College, Castleknock. We also thank all of the public and private donors. VLM wishes to pay tribute to the memory of Father Brian Moore, the Provincial of the Irish Vincentians and first chairperson of VLM. Father Brian, once a missionary in Nigeria and the co-founder of the Vincentian Refugee Centre, inspired and guided VLM to where it is today. Yesh Lav J, Groa Anam, Uasal, Even Jilish. The members of VLM also wish to acknowledge the pro bono contribution of talent and time of the Board of Management. And finally, if you feel the challenge and call to change the world is overwhelming, just remember the simple motto: do one thing, do something. It could be a life-changing experience.